Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everyone today? Today is Friday, March 5th, 2021. I'm DSP. I welcome you to the stream. Apologies for two things. First of all, if I sound tired, it's because I am. I'll tell you the whole story of what's going on over here in just a moment. Because last night certainly was anything but a normal night. Not only that, but other stuff behind the scenes going on that's kind of really stressing me out, which I'll talk about here on pre-stream. But also, if you hear noise on the stream today, like if you hear a banging or a clacking sound, there is incredible amounts of wind outside today. We are in the middle of like a rainstorm, and the wind is very strong, and I had to open my window to try to cool the office down, and the blinds are kind of whipping and hitting the window. Not much I can do about that besides close the window entirely, which I don't want to do. So you might hear some noise in the background and wonder what that is. That's what it would be. Also, today is the first day that Jasper Kitty is able to attend a daytime stream, and moving forward, as long as he behaves, he will regularly be able to be in here during the daytime streams when my wife is at work, which is going to be often because my wife just switched her work schedule, and they've got her scheduled for quite a lot of days in the first, apparently, couple of weeks that she's going to be shifting her schedule. So that means that Jasper will be in here more often than not, at least for the next, couple of weeks until I guess the schedule solidifies a little bit more than it is right now. Right now, the schedule is kind of fluctuating and up in the air. You might be wondering, all right, so where is Jasper right now? Jasper is over here, sleeping. Well, not sleeping. He just crawled into the vests. On the floor, I have the beige vest, the red vest, and the platinum vest, like sitting in a pile. And he crawled into them. That's where he is right now. He just crawled into the vest pile, which is pretty funny. Okay. So, how's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. And today we're going to be doing some interesting stuff on stream for sure. First of all, continuing on with the Divinity Original Sin 2. Where it's been 9 hours so far in the game, and you guys are trying to painstakingly teach me about the systems of the game, which is, I would say there's definitely progress, but at the same time, it's slow progress. You know what I mean? Like, it's a game style I've never played before. It's very, very, I'm going to say it's inaccessible to an outsider. It's really just a bunch of systems that are cumbersome, and if you don't know exactly what you're doing and how they work, good luck even like winning a basic battle in this game. It seems like every battle in this game is set up to be a very complex, challenging situation where you're at a disadvantage and you have to try to take advantage of all the systems of the game to flip that to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? It's not like most RPGs where you jump right in and it's easy to figure out, and maybe later on in the game it becomes more advanced and challenging. This is just like right from the get-go, it's pretty hard. I'm okay with that, but again, I ask your patience today. And yes, I do ask for your assistance in learning the systems, in understanding the game. We're 9 hours in, and I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface yet of what we're going to be doing in this game. In addition, I went back to the original starter area, and I'm finding all this new stuff to do in the starter area, all these new fights and story and everything. So, I hope you guys will have fun with the stream today. And again, it's going to be an interactive stream with a lot of assisting, I get the feeling, and I hope you guys are okay with that. If you're looking for an expert level playthrough of Divinity 2, you're in the wrong place. If you're looking for a playthrough where it's completely cold and no one's going to be interacting with me to help, you're in the wrong place. Okay? So, I hope you understand that, and you will join me for the fun on the Divinity stream today. In fact, I really hope it's slow paced, because I'm so tired right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so beat from last night and stressed out from last night that it's like, I know that I'm going to need to just take it slow today. You know what I mean? Okay. Now, later tonight, the late stream will be my weekly throwback Street Fighter session at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. It's usually a good time, although it is highly dependent on how the game runs, because if the game runs well and we get a lobby with a bunch of good people with good connections, it could be really, really exciting. If the game runs poorly and it ends up a bunch of people with poor connections, Or if the game just crashes constantly, which tends to happen sometimes, it could be a real nightmare. And of course, as you know, we get trolls who try to ruin it as well. You know, it is what it is. We'll see what happens tonight. All right, but I like doing Street Fighter once a week. I hope you'll join me for that later tonight. Tomorrow we are going to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War as the main gameplay stream. The Sledgehammer has been unlocked. I've been having a lot of fun with it. We're actually now working towards the machete, which is the next melee weapon. Of course, when I play Call of Duty, we do tons of the channel points predictions. You guys wager your Penne points on various criteria during the streams, and it seems to work out well. Adds an element of interaction and hype to the streams. So, hope you'll join me for that tomorrow. Tomorrow night, it's going to be Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. Yes, a late night stream of the incredibly balls-to-the-wall challenging game. I'll be checking out a new stage. I finally beat stage 1, and we can move on to another stage, so that's tomorrow night. And then on Sunday, it's another major stream of Super Mario 3D World, and it may be the last stream of Super Mario 3D World, because I heard a couple things. First of all, the 2 stages that I have left, which is Champions Road and the Challenge House, with you have to get 30 stars all in one go, are the final 2 stages of the game. There actually are no other stages in the game. Those are the only 2 left in the entirety of the game. So there's nothing else after I beat them. Now, some people were telling me you need to beat every stage with every character, all 5, in order to get the 100% completion. That's true. But from what I'm being told, it really doesn't do anything. All that happens is if you get the 100%, you get a few more stamps, and that's it. You're not unlocking any more stages. You're not going to get any secret endings. It's just, oh, here's a pat on the back. Good for you. You went back and you rebeat every stage with every character. So, likely I'm not going to go for that then. I don't see the point of doing it if it doesn't unlock anything else. So, I think I will be just trying to finish up those final 2 worlds. Now, I've already gotten to like 22 out of 30 or something like that with the Challenge House. So, I would think a few more tries, I'll probably be able to do that. And then we move on to Champions Road. Now, some people have told me that Champions Road is the hardest thing, not only in the game, but in platforming in a long time. And one person actually told me it took them 3 hours of playing Champions Road over and over to beat it. Holy shit. So maybe it'll take me that long, I don't know. But I'm basically thinking after another major stream of this on Sunday, it's really not going to be enough to carry another major stream. You know what I mean? Like, that'll be the final major stream. If I need to do a late night stream of Mario 3D World to finish off Champions Road in the future, maybe I would do it. But I don't think that I'll be doing another major stream of it after Sunday. Okay? Now, the other thing is I am here streaming through Tuesday this week. I am here every day streaming through Tuesday. That's different. Usually I'd be having Tuesday as my day off, but this week it's a little different because of my wife's change in her work schedule. So my day off this coming week is Wednesday, which means I will be here all week through Tuesday, continuing on with playthroughs like Divinity and Ghouls and Ghosts and stuff like that. Okay? Fair enough. So I hope that sounds good to all of you. Thank you all for a great episode of Ask the King yesterday. I actually felt it was one of the better ones that I've done in like a year. The questions were actually quite good. I was able to elaborate with pretty good answers. If you didn't see the show, it's live on my channel, The King of Hate Vlogs, over on YouTube. You can give the whole thing a look. It's all there in order in the playlist. You can watch it from start to finish. Thanks to those who did participate in the show and hang out with me. Yes, there was a reveal of jeans. For those who are into the jeans meme, which is incredibly stupid, I did reveal a pair of jeans during the show. You should watch that. Now, the next Ask the King will take place sometime in mid-May. I think I've tentatively scheduled it for like May 13th. You can post up your questions for that show by typing ! Ask the King into the stream chat. But I'm not going to really be mentioning it too much moving forward since it's over 2 months away. And as we get closer to the show, then I'll start mentioning it again. All right? Fair enough? All right. Now, something else that you guys should absolutely do. You should vote on the upcoming Viewer's Choice event. This month, I'll be starting up a playthrough based on your votes. How do you vote? Type ! Viewer's Choice into the stream chat, and a link will pop up, or you can go to my forums and vote. I think there's 9 games in the running. It's either 10 or 9 games in the running, and they're all different kinds of games. Like, completely different kinds of games there. Shooters. Visual novels. Metroidvania style, although it's first-person Metroidvania with Metroid Prime. Such a great variety of games. Indie games like Hades, one of the biggest games of last year, is in there. Or Hollow Knight, lots of good stuff. Give it a look, vote, and the voting will continue for about a week, and then I will close off the poll, find out the winner, and that'll be a playthrough that I'm going to be doing later on this month. Okay? Sound good? All right. Very good. One last thing before we get to my story about what happened overnight. Sub goals. This month, in the month of March, we have subscriber goals for the channel. All right? The subscriber goal is 725 subs. We're looking to hit that by the end of the month. Concurrent subs, by the way. If we do, I'll be doing a special gaming marathon. I've never really done anything like this before. I've done marathons where it's been like indie games, range-inducing games, but I've never done a themed marathon for one franchise of game before, and that's what we're going for here. My ideas are either classic Super Mario Brothers, where it would be Super Mario Brothers 1 and then the Lost Levels, and I would try to beat them in one sitting here on the stream, or classic Zelda, which I've never played before. I never actually played The Legend of Zelda on NES, nor Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, not Link's Awakening, I forget what the sequel was called, Zelda 2 something Link, something like that, but I never played either one. So I would consider doing those marathons, or if people had better ideas for the marathon, I'm all ears, all right? But something different, and then if we hit higher sub goals, I'd be considering adding in other things. For example, maybe doing a DSP tries it during the show. Some people made a suggestion. What if we hit higher tiers of sub goals this month? Could we do like celebratory playthroughs for games during the current Viewers' Choice polling, and maybe do like a second or third place winner also do a playthrough? Maybe, but I don't know if I want to do that as a sub goal. Maybe we'll just do that. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, please consider subbing to the channel this month. There are many benefits, including having over 40 emotes unlocked for you, having a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter of my content, and of course, if I run ads during the stream, you do not have to watch them. Okay? There you go. All right. Now, of course, you all want to hear the story, so let's get to the story. So starting today, my wife is on a new work schedule. She works mornings, okay? And because she works mornings, that means she has to get to bed early and has to wake up early to get to work, okay? It's a significant difference. Like, she has to get up several hours earlier than she used to. Like, way early in the morning compared to when she used to wake up. We've been trying to prepare for this all week. Every day she's been going to bed a little bit earlier. I actually have adjusted my sleep schedule a little bit this week, too, to kind of coincide with that. But not too much. It's basically been like a little bit every day, like a half an hour earlier or whatever. It's not like, hours and hours earlier. So last night was the first day where she really had to go to bed early. And I said, well, here's what we'll do. Jasper, there's no way Jasper's going to sleep right now. He's so used to this set schedule that we've had for the longest time, years, where Kat would be working late nights, come home between 11 and 12 p.m. our time, okay, like late night, and then, eat, have like a snack when she comes home, relax for about an hour, then shower and go to sleep. That was the schedule Jasper's used to. So we're like, there's no way that our cat, Jasper, is going to be immediately ready to go in line with this new schedule. We need to wean him into it slowly. So I made an arrangement with my wife. I said, here's what we'll do. You go to sleep early. You head upstairs whenever you need to go to sleep. Sleep, for a few hours. I'll stay downstairs with Jasper. I'll play with him or whatever. I'll tire him out. I'll just relax, maybe watch some stuff on Disney Plus or something. And then I'll come up after a few hours and join you, and then hopefully he'll be tired out enough to be ready to go to sleep, because that's his normal time. All right? So, yes, my wife goes to bed very early, and Jasper and I sit down on the couch, we're relaxing a bit, and to my surprise, okay, he's actually, okay with this change. He's like, all right, I'm just going to chill with you. He's not used to just being there on the couch with just me. He's usually with both of us, but he's kind of okay with it. He's just kind of relaxing. He wasn't being too actively rowdy or anything, and everything was working out. No, really. Everything was working out great. And then, within 45 minutes of sitting there, my wife comes downstairs, and I said, what's wrong? She says, I can't sleep. I am so worked up about this new schedule and, all the changes to my job and everything because of it. And I'm not used to sleeping now. and I thought that I would get tired. I tried to purposely tire myself out today, and I can't sleep. Oh, great. It begins. So, we sat there in the living room for about an hour. Now, usually, at night, oh my God. Usually at night, I would have something to eat, because I only really eat a couple times a day. I have one major meal for dinner. I usually will have something in the morning with a coffee, like a bagel or something, or a granola bar. And then at night would be where I have kind of like a lunch almost, like a sandwich or something, when my wife would come home from work with her old work schedule. That was my eating schedule. So I'm still used to that. So I was thinking, oh, I'm going to relax with Jasper for a couple hours. I'm going to have a snack while we do that, and then I'll go up when I'm done. Well, now my wife's downstairs, and now everything's thrown for a loop, and she's like, well, I want to get tired, but as soon as I get tired, I want to be able to like pass out and go to sleep. You know Jasper's not going to be able to contain himself. So I was like, oh my God. So basically what I had to do was go into like rush mode. I had to try to like power my body down and try to get ready for sleep in a quick amount of time. And also try to figure out how, basically I wolfed down some food. I had like a ham sandwich. So I wolfed down some food. And Jasper now is all confused. He doesn't know what the hell is going on. Because he's like, she went upstairs, she went downstairs. What, is she going to stay here? Is she going to go up? So without giving you a giant story, all right, basically for about 2 hours, we played musical chairs. My wife tried to sleep in the bed. My wife tried to sleep downstairs on the couch. I tried to sleep upstairs with Jasper. I tried to sleep downstairs on the couch. Nothing worked. All right? She couldn't fall. It was just like this big rigmarole. All right? Nothing's working. I would say my wife probably fell asleep. Maybe around 1 a.m., I think. Now, she had to be up around 5 to get to work. So I can't imagine her waking up this morning with only 4 hours of sleep for her first major day of a new schedule change and, you know, new responsibilities at her job, because it's a new deal here. I can't imagine. She probably had to drink like 2 coffees this morning, I would think. I don't know, because I was asleep. Because basically, all this is going on. And of course, for me now I don't even know what's going to... Can I sleep? Can I not sleep? If I sleep, is my wife going to wake up again? Is Jasper going to allow me to sleep? Or is he going to wake me up? You know, it's a nightmare. All right? So, on top of all of this going on, all right, which I knew I was dreading this was going to happen. And I knew this was going to happen. All right. I start doing every stupid thing possible under the sun. I start reading emails. You know what I mean? I start doing the stuff behind. I'm like, I'm going to try to basically put myself to sleep doing shit that normally I would do during the day, but I need to basically kill time here until I could pass out, because now my body is all thrown out of whack. I used to be on a schedule too. And now my body's all out of whack and won't freaking work properly. All right? So I start checking emails and everything, and I see email, oh, this payment cleared. And I was like, oh, you know, this has been a pretty stressful few weeks for me because of all kind of stuff going on behind the scenes. Allow me to very briefly elaborate on that, because I've been talking about it recently, and some people have been giving me shit saying they don't understand what's going on. So as I've been telling you guys the past couple of weeks, I've been trying to raise funds to pay my tax guy so he'll do our taxes for this year. He requires me to pay him up front in order to do it. And you guys have been very generous the past couple of weeks regarding tips to try to help me out with that goal. Okay? The problem is that in the last week, unforeseeable bullshit happened. Okay? I'm not going to give you specifics, because as usual, you know the people who will always twist shit and use it against me. But basically, there were some repairs that had to be done that were completely unforeseen, that cost me a lot of money. I'm not too happy about it, but it was essential. It was something that had to be done. It came out of nowhere, and it had to happen. In addition to that, I got billed a bunch of stupid, how do I even explain it? Fees for stuff that I feel I should not be legally responsible for, but the people who billed me feel I am. I don't have money to argue with these people and go to small claims court over it. So essentially, in the last week, there's been a bunch of shit going on behind the scenes that really pissed me off and completely just drained me. which is bullshit. I'm supposed to be saving money to pay my tax guy because I need to pay him basically by like early April because taxes are due by mid-April. So I need to pay him as soon as possible so that I can get him to file the taxes, and then we get that going. It's then finally I can just get back to normal life. And I was trying to save, and all the money that I made in excess of what I normally would make the past week, gone. And I'm pissed. I'm not happy about this. This is normal adult life, but normally in normal adult life you have things to fall back on. For example, if this used to happen, I would have credit cards. I'd be like, okay, sucks that I have to do this, but I'll put these charges on a credit card. All right? And so that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. But I don't have credit anymore. Last year I declared bankruptcy. So I don't have things to fall back on anymore to help out with situations like this. When something unforeseen happens to me, it just happens and I'm screwed. Okay? So essentially the last week and a half have been hell for me. I've been having a ton of fun on streams, and then every possible thing hits me from behind. You remember a couple days ago I was talking about chargebacks. One day I had $80 fucking in chargebacks. So that was like a whole stream that was taken away from me of work because of chargebacks from November, you know? So it's that, plus repairs, plus fees. All this shit's hitting me all at once, out of nowhere, unforeseen. So last night, this is really stupid. And so I'm just going to tell you guys something, okay? I'm going to tell you guys something that I feel is good advice, all right? The worst thing you can do to yourself, especially if you're someone like me who sadly has financial problems and gets stressed out about this shit, the last thing you want to do is in the dead of night, when you're trying to get to sleep, check your bank account. That's the worst possible thing you can do. Seriously, it is a bad idea. There's nothing there's nothing you're gonna no positivity out of it. You're just gonna stress yourself the fuck out right before you're trying to get to sleep. As if I wasn't already stressed out from being upstairs, downstairs with Jasper trying to fall asleep while my wife was also trying to fall asleep. Okay? But I checked the bank account. I'm like, wait a minute, that's all I have? I was like, my jaw fucking dropped. I was like, what the fuck? So I have to, of course, now I'm going through every transaction to make sure that they're all legit. They all look legit. I'm like, damn, I just didn't realize how much of an impact that other stuff had that came up out of nowhere and how much it was going to drain my finances. I was like, oh my God. Seriously. So, and I'm like, now wait a minute. Now in my mind, I'm now doing calculations about what new payments do I have to make between now and when I'm going to get more income. Now, I don't mean, daily income. I mean like major payment. Like my next major payment is from Twitch. I usually get that around the middle of the month. Okay? Typically it comes by the 15th. I don't really know the schedule this month to know if it'll be coming, earlier or later or whatever. I have no clue. All right? So I start going through. I'm like, okay, this payment did clear and I was expecting that. This payment already cleared too. That's good. Like, that's all good shit. I'm glad that all that stuff cleared. Maybe that's why my account is so low. But then I like, wait a minute. Uh-oh. So here we go again. I'm in the same situation this month as I was last month. Seriously. Like, so I got 2 major payments that I have to clear in the next week. One is my condo dues here for where I live. And one is the internet bill. 2 things that absolutely need to get paid. But in addition to that, I need to have enough money to go grocery shopping. And I this week, I need to get some supplies for Jasper. And it's my fault because I should have probably gotten them weeks ago. But I was trying to think that if I save money and pay the tax guy first, that maybe that's more important than getting things. I was kind of procrastinating and getting certain things. And then all that money went away anyway. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, so not only do I have to do these 2 major payments in the next week, but I also now need to do normal stuff. This coming Wednesday, not Tuesday, but it would be Wednesday now this week because my schedule's changed. So I'm doing all this in my head. I was like, oh my God, like I just don't have the money. Literally what I need to happen is this weekend, the streams all need to basically go well. Like I need to try to hit the tips goals every single stream this weekend. All right. Like every day, today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And if I hit the tips goals every stream, I'll be like right on the edge of basically affording everything I need. I'm like, dude, again, this is 2 months in a row, and I don't like this. You guys know I don't fucking like this. I don't. I hate living like this. I do. It's just, and this is sadly, this is going to probably be my life for a bit until things, like for example, in the next couple of years, there may be a few things that I don't have to pay anymore. I think I want to pay, but within 2 years, I think I'll pay off my car. So once my car's paid off, then that's a major amount of money every month that doesn't have to be, paid. If they would ever foreclose on the condo in Connecticut, that's $400+ a month that I would not have to be pissing the fuck away every month. Like, just between those two things, that would give me so much leeway every month, But sadly, I'm just not in that situation. I'm waiting for these things to happen, It stinks, but it's life, all right? It's life. That's just my life. So all this is going on while I can't get any solid sleep because of what's going on with the sleep schedule changes, right? So I couldn't even tell you guys when I fell asleep. I have no idea. What I can tell you is I woke up at 5 a.m. because that's when my wife had to get up to get to work. So she gets up, she's showering, she's getting Jasper's running around the house. I'm like, oh my God. Oh. Luckily, after my wife was ready to go to work, she basically closed the door of the bedroom, all right? And then let me sleep. So I would say she probably left between 7 and 7:30 a.m. this morning to get to work for her new schedule. And so I got maybe 2 hours of solid sleep where Jasper was outside of the bedroom, So, yeah. To say that I'm a little bit tired and a little bit stressed out today would be an insane understatement. And it has nothing to do with you guys, and it has nothing to do with the streams. But the streams have been going great recently. The streams have been outstanding. We've had a ton of fun no matter what game I'm playing. We're having a ton of fun, a ton of interactivity, right? We've had a good time with everything. And basically, I'm very pleased with how things are going here on the streams. Everything here is fine. It's just behind the scenes right now, things are a little haywire. Now, the thing is, do I expect that it's going to be like this every night? No. In fact, Kat and I even had the conversation last night when she couldn't fall asleep. It was like, all right, what you should do temporarily, you should maybe take like a sleeping pill or something just to get your body used to going to sleep earlier. Don't do it full time. I don't want to get hooked on shit. I've been there. There was a time in my life when I was hooked. I couldn't even get to sleep without a sleeping pill. That's no good. But just for the short term, to knock her out and be able to... What the... SPB Original just said in the stream chat, I make $250,000 per year. On what fucking planet do you live, bro? Where the fuck are... You are out of your mind. You think I make $250,000 per year? You're nuts. Holy shit, you are insane. Anyway, let's continue. That made me laugh so hard. You're out of your mind. This is the thing that people spread around the internet. Phil's a millionaire, Oh, yeah. A millionaire who basically can't pay his bills in the next week if he doesn't hit a tip skull. Right. A big millionaire. Anyway, getting back to the subject, I think that it won't be this bad today was the worst. Today was the absolute worst. This was a situation where it was the worst case scenario. My wife couldn't sleep. It threw me off. I couldn't sleep. Jasper had no clue what the hell was going on. He couldn't behave in any normal way because he didn't know what was going on. Upstairs, downstairs. What a mess, okay? So I think what's going to happen tonight is my wife said she's going to try to take a sleeping pill and go to sleep very early. Like, I'm sure, too. Today is her first day. Earlier hours and longer hours than she used to work. So I get the feeling she's going to be pooped when she gets home. So we're going to probably eat dinner. She'll probably be tired as shit. And I almost guarantee you tonight she's going to want to go to sleep as early as possible to rest up and prepare for the next day. So that being said, okay, I think she'll get to sleep early, and then tonight it'll be exactly what it was supposed to be last night, where Jasper and I will just kind of relax for a few hours downstairs tonight, and then basically join Kat in the bedroom after a few hours when it's basically time when normally I go to sleep. And what I said to Kat was, I think what I will try to do long term, this is not something that can happen overnight, but long term, I will try to adjust my sleep schedule so I get tired earlier. All right, because the truth is, the only reason I stayed up so late the last couple of years is because of Kat's work schedule. She was coming home between 11 p.m. to midnight, and so I had to stay up long enough for her to be there and then spend time with her, and then we would go to sleep together. You see? So it was because of that. But now if she's going to be going to sleep earlier, that means I can adjust my sleep schedule and go to sleep earlier as well. You see? It's just going to take a while. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. It's probably several weeks to maybe months of trying to move the sleep schedule slowly and adjust to it. Do I want to go to bed at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.? No. But, maybe, wind down, go to bed by midnight-ish, every night. And that way you get up a little bit earlier in the morning. Actually get like 7-8 hours of sleep every day, which I don't get. Now I can actually get that. Maybe I'll feel better. Be more refreshed for the morning. Maybe even have time in the morning to do stuff before I have to try to rush to stream. Because as I've been telling you guys, normally I don't even have time to do like a formal breakfast. I wake up and I'm running around trying to do stuff behind the scenes to get the stream going. I don't even have time. I tell you, I don't even have time to butter my bagel. I'm like, get the fucking bagel in the toaster, make a coffee, chug, eat, blah, 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 blah. And then upstairs, it's just like, boom, 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 bouncing off the walls like a pinball to try to get up here to be here in time. So instead of doing that, actually going to sleep earlier and then having time in the mornings to actually have a morning. Actually having time to do stuff before the stream that's important business-wise. There's a lot of times when I have to make a phone call. I have to write an email. I have to pay bills. And it's like, I'm trying to squeeze it in during the day and shit. And it's like, why am I doing that? I need more time to do that. And if I adjust my schedule, my life schedule, to get up earlier, I'll have time to do that before the streams, you see? So I think that's what ultimately what I'm going to be doing. So that is what's going on right now. Of course, there's a lot of trolling going on in the stream chat. People razzing me, people making fun of me, people, it's fine. I expected this was going to happen today. I knew you guys were going to give me shit for sharing something personal behind the scenes. This is what always happens. I share you guys a story from behind the scenes, and some people actually enjoy it, and some people basically just make fun of me. And it is what it is. That's what happens when you're a public persona on the internet. Some people maybe will empathize because maybe they've been there. They understand what it's like having life and schedule changes. They understand what it's like having financial challenges. And then there's some people who are just jerks, and they want to be mean, and they want to just basically make you feel like shit on a day when already I feel like shit. So thanks to those who are already trying to, bring me down some more. Not like I don't already feel like shit. My left nostril's completely congested. I got no sleep in me. I feel terrible. I'm hungry. I didn't eat breakfast today. I just woke up, chugged the coffee, and got up here. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Today's definitely the day to pile on me when I feel like shit, Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Anyway, that's what's going on with me. All right. So, hooey. What a situation. What a day. What I'm hoping is that, tonight things go better. Like I said, tonight, hopefully I'll be in a situation where my wife will be able to get to sleep and we'll basically do what we were planning on doing last night, and it won't be upstairs, downstairs, all around trying to sleep, playing musical chairs with Jasper. I think ultimately what's going to happen is that my wife will go to bed around like maybe 10, 11, and then I'll go to bed between maybe 12, 1, and Jasper will get used to that. He'll be ready, because already we were going to bed around 1, 2 a.m. So maybe we could slowly ease Jasper into the earlier, you know what I mean? And then we'll just all sleep, and then my wife has to get up early, so she'll get up earlier in the morning, and there's nothing you can do about that. Every morning around 5 a.m., I'm going to be woken up when she gets up and Jasper gets up, and I think she'll have to basically put Jasper outside the bedroom so that I can sleep, because once he's up, he's up. He's going to be active, he's going to be running around, and I still have several hours of sleep there, Now, the thing is, if I adjust my schedule, maybe I'll get up earlier. Today, I usually get up around 9 a.m., so maybe if I can adjust it so I'm getting up between 7:30, 8 a.m., right? I'll have an extra hour every morning to do stuff. That would make a lot of sense. Okay? So, anyway, that's where I'm at. All right? Obviously, I'm tired. I'm stressed out because not only did I not get enough sleep or consistent sleep, but then on top of all of that, I idiotically looked at my financials at night before I went to sleep. Now, what do you think? What do you think was in my head all night? Anxiety. Because I'm stupid. I wholeheartedly take responsibility for my anxiety because I'm dumb as shit, and I looked at my financials at night before I went to sleep. Can you be more stupid? No. That's the dumbest thing you can do. If you want to take a piece of advice from me, don't ever look at your financials before you go to sleep. Really stupid. Don't do it. You will be fucking wearing yourself thin. All right? The thing is, in life, all these things are challenges, and you get past the challenges. I've worked past every challenge so far. I fully expect, even if things don't go amazingly great this weekend, hopefully I'll still get past the challenges of the next week. You know what I mean? Like, things will be all right. I'll find a way through. The problem is right now things are really challenging and stressful, and I just gotta, keep myself normalized and not lose it for about a week to week and a half. What is today? Today's the 5th. So, yeah, I'm getting paid by Twitch by the 15th. In fact, what I do is kind of look at the date. Let's see here. So the 15th's a Monday. Chances are they're probably going to pay me on a 15th then. I would think that's how Twitch usually works. Usually Twitch doesn't do any payment processing on weekends. So, for example, if the 15th was a Saturday or a Sunday, they would have paid me early. But since it's on a Monday, likely I won't get paid till that Monday. So I got to make it to the 15th. And the only income I'm going to have is tips. That's it. Whatever I get tipped on a stream, that's my income for another week and a half. Again. It was exactly the same situation last month. Here I am again in the same situation. Not happy about it. That's life. And I got to basically keep myself together. Not freak out. Not get pissed. Not get stressed. Because here's the thing. I know not every stream is going to go amazingly well. I'm not going to have a fucking tips goal hit every stream. I'm not going to get a double tips goal every stream. There's going to be streams that are good and streams that are slow. That's how it always is. All right? What I need to do is just keep it together and not freak out, not get stressed out. And hopefully things will work out. All right. So that's the story. That's the story. That's what's going on. There you go. I got it out of the way. All right. Now, no, I'm not going to do a crazy extended pre-stream here where I'm going to talk about game news and all kinds of shit. Because I just told you a very long story about what's going on with me. So I'm not going to... I've already spent a lot of your time here on the pre-stream with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening, first of all. I appreciate that. I hope now you understand today if I feel tired as shit or stressed out, that's why. I'm hoping that today's stream of Divinity is a more relaxing one. I hope that we can just take it slow, learn the systems of the game, enjoy the game. The truth is, once you guys started helping me last stream, I actually had a lot of fun. Like, once you started helping explain the systems of the game, of how it works and everything, I actually was having a lot more fun with it than just flubbing through like an idiot, okay? Now, in addition to that, I've been getting people giving me advice behind the scenes. Someone gave me some really good advice. They said, I see when you're in combat, you're having trouble selecting units. In this game on console, there's actually a way to do it without having to point on a character. What you do is either R1 or L1 or R2, L2. They're not sure. But they say, yeah, if you toggle the bumpers or the triggers, it'll toggle through all the characters. So if you're trying to target a certain character and you want to be sure to hit them or whatever, use that instead of trying to free aim. And that way you'll be sure to hit the enemy. I'm like, oh, that's actually huge. Because I've been having problems. I'm clicking the wrong person. Remember when I hit my own guy? Remember when I fucking hit the Red Prince? And I almost, I almost launched out of my chair like a rocket. I was so pissed. So, just little tips like that. Little tips like that can help. So thank you guys for the help. And hopefully we can continue with that. And again, today's stream hopefully will be a little bit more laid back, less stressful, and more fun, and just kind of interacting and learning the systems of the game. Okay? Since we're in the intro segment, I'm going to assume, yeah, that'll be possible. Okay? Okay. So, ladies and gents, thank you for listening. I appreciate that. Now, I'm not going to do a ginormous plugs segment here for you guys today. I've already mentioned the two important things. Number one, there is a sub goal for this month. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and you would like to subscribe to the channel to get many benefits, all right, and if you also would like to help us hit our tips goal, excuse me, not the tips goal, subs goal for the month, which would be to do a fun gaming marathon that I've never really done a style of before, then please sub to the channel. That will help out. Also, if you would like to help me out right now in the short term with the financial situation I'm in, please tip me. All right? If I hit the tips goals for all the streams between now and Wednesday, I should be all right. Chances are I'm not going to. So I kind of have to just kind of resign myself and realize something's not going to get paid, and I guess that's okay. And not much I can do about that, right? There's really not much I can do about it. It's just life. So if you want to help me the most, please tip me. As you know, we have tips rewards goals. At $50, I put on the Gunner glasses. At $100, I put on a vest. Last night, I put on the platinum vest. So that means today, every vest is eligible but the platinum. All right? That'll be beige, blue, red, camo, gray. Those are all eligible for today if we hit the tips goal. If we happen to double the tips goal on today's stream, which is incredibly unlikely, but of course would help, then I will put on 2 vests at once. As stupid as it sounds, yes, I do it. So there you go. Now people are saying the jeans. At $300, I'll bring the jeans into the office again, and we'll all stare at my jeans like idiots. I don't understand. I still don't understand what the deal is with the jeans. I'm still at a loss. Jasper's doing something incredibly cute right now. He's standing up, and he's pawing at the vests that are hanging from the vest rack on the wall. He just pawed the camo, and then he pawed the blue. It's very cute. That's funny as hell. Now he's looking at the Switch. He's standing up and looking at the Nintendo Switch that's behind the TV. Now he's going for the gray vest. This is very entertaining, actually. Very entertaining and relaxing to watch him do this. Okay. Anyway, by the way, I don't know what's going to happen with Jasper today. I don't know if he's going to behave or not. I do have the Twisty here in the office. If he does start to like bite wires and stuff, I can give him a Twisty to play with. But he's basically he's really exploring now. He's like looking around. You know, normally he'd be here at night, but nighttime and daytime are two different things for a cat. Right now it's bright, and so he's like, oh, it's explorative mode. I want to look around. I would never really get a chance to give this office a full go around, you know, during the daytime. So now he's looking all around, looking for stuff, exploring, which I'm okay with as long as he doesn't bite a wire or knock my TV over. He can do whatever he wants. It's fine with me. I get the feeling he'll do various different things during the course of today's stream. It's interesting for him. You know, it's a whole new world for Jasper being in here during the daytime. So, okay. So if you want to help me out the most, you can tip me. Please tip me if you can. And by the way, just throwing this out there, verify your PayPal account. That allows me to know that your tip is real. If you have a verified PayPal account, obviously I know you're not going to commit fraud, because then you could be held legally accountable for it. If you do try to commit fraud, you get into big trouble for it. So please do if you can. And thank you to those who have verified their PayPal accounts in the past couple of months. It is much appreciated. Okay? All right. That's that. That's all I have to say. I don't even want to do anything else. I just want to do shout-outs with you guys now. Okay? How does that sound? I hope that sounds good. All right. Let's get the shout-outs. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. I'm trying to find where they start. Okay. So, the first cheer of the day is Mr. Hurdy Gurdy Man, who did a 100-bit cheer and said, what weighs more, a kilogram of feathers or a kilogram of steel? We all know that steel is much denser than feathers, right? We all know that. Think about this, right? You're holding steel or you're holding feathers. What weight, what has more denseness, more heaviness to it? The steel does. So it's quite obvious that if you have a kilogram of steel over a kilogram of feathers, it's obvious that they weigh exactly the same, because they're both a kilogram, stupid. You guys thought that I was going to say that steel was heavier? Of course not. Come on. That's a question for us to fool a simpleton. Come on now. Who do you think you're talking with? Who do you think you're dealing with here? Come on. Hurdy-gurdy, man, that was a good one. Thank you for the cheer to start the day. What did you think I was going to say? You actually thought I was going to say the steel's heavier? Come on now. Come on now. Who do you think you're dealing with? Excuse me. Okay. Continuing on here. Looks like Angelo Bestia did a 95-bit cheer and says, the music in Final Fantasy VII Remake is absolutely outstanding, the best score in years. Yes, now keep in mind, the score is based off the score by Nobuo Uematsu. The person, I probably butchered his name, and I apologize to the man. He's a genius composer. He was the man behind most of the major music of the Final Fantasy series for the greater part of like 15 to 20 years. Like, he was all the classic Final Fantasies. This guy composed everything for. Okay. He's also a very good musician outside of that. He has his own band. Isn't it like called the Earthbound Papas or something like that? I can't remember the name of his band, but the guy is incredibly talented. Probably one of my favorite game composers of all time. Okay. Now, what they did is they took his music from original Final Fantasy VII soundtrack and they just remixed it into various different things. Sometimes it's like orchestral. Sometimes it's almost like a rock song or a pop song. They did a really good job trying to be nostalgic by keeping the original music in the game, but basically upgrading it hugely. Okay? So, I agree with you. I thought that the soundtrack was absolutely outstanding. Some of the music there at the end with like Genova and stuff was like crazy cool. Like, damn, this is good shit. So, I loved the soundtrack of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I agree with you, Angelo Bestia. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, the first tip of the day comes from Rob on Wheels. He tipped me $25. He said, I just got my first COVID shot. Please take $25 in celebration. Well, first of all, Rob, congratulations. That's amazing that you were able to get a COVID shot over there. I know you live over in the UK. And here in the United States, we are in a giant situation of panic and distress and fucked upness when it comes to these vaccines. Because even though those in power are acting like everything's fine, it's not. To give you some perspective, here in Washington State, we're still in phase 1. That means that in Washington State, the only people who can get the vaccine are healthcare workers or people over the age of 75. And only 70-something% of those people have been vaccinated so far. I want you to think about that. Okay? Now, they just had an agreement that now teachers can get vaccinated because they want the kids to go back to school. They're tired of kids having home learning. Everyone is agreeing that the home learning is not working. The home learning, the kids aren't learning shit. They need in-person instruction to be effective, and they can't get that right now because of no one's going to school. So now they've agreed that all teachers can get vaccinated, but we didn't even have enough capacity to handle the vaccinations for people 75 years and older in this state. So how are we now going to have enough people to administer the vaccines for teachers? You see what the point I'm making here? Now, over in Connecticut, it's just as bad, if not worse. My mother is in the highest risk group for COVID. If she gets it, she's going to die. Like, there's no ins, ands, or buts about it. If she gets COVID, she will pass away because she has severe lung disease. Okay? Now, she just scheduled her first appointment to get her first of 2 vaccine shots. She just scheduled it now. Okay? 2 months in. Think about this. Someone who's in the highest risk group. If she gets it, she's guaranteed to pass away. They just allowed her to schedule her first vaccine shot. Over 2 months into having the vaccine. That is the situation we're in the United States right now. Okay? So, I want you to think about that. How bad it is here. Alright? So, you know, when I talk about COVID and stuff, I want you guys to understand that it's coming from a personal place for me. You know, it really does piss me off that our government is so ineffective that we are dealing with it like this. Okay? So, Rob, I'm very pleased to hear over there you were able to get your vaccine shot. Like, that's like tremendous to hear because you know, no one here is even considering getting it anytime soon. Like Biden, our president Biden, is so out of his mind. He's like, oh yeah, I think maybe adults could start getting it around May, like normal adults. What? People 75 and older haven't finished getting their vaccines yet. 2 months in. What makes you think that someone like me can get the vaccine by May? Are you out of your mind? I probably won't have it till next year. I was actually joking. The other day I was at my hairdresser. All right, getting my hair cut. And I made the joke. I said, I work from home, right? So here's what's going to happen. They're going to assess risk, okay? And they're going to say, Mr. Burnell, you work from home. You only have to like leave the house, once a week. Don't even get the vaccine. Seriously, you're safer staying home than actually going to the doctor's office to get the vaccine. You have a higher chance of contracting COVID going to the doctor to get the vaccine than if you just stay home because you don't have to leave your house. I almost guarantee you seriously, that's what they're going to say. So, it would be a different, at this point, in the United States, it's not an issue of do we have enough vaccine? It's an issue of do we have the infrastructure to schedule and administer enough of the vaccine to the appropriate people in a time frame? And the answer is no. We don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the means to schedule the appointments properly. We don't have anything to deal with any kind of a situation where things go wrong. Like when it snowed here 2-3 weeks ago, all of everyone's vaccine appointments got canceled for like 4 days. 4 days? We had snow 1 day. But for like the whole week, everyone's vaccine appointments got canceled and had to get rescheduled and threw the whole system into disarray. So we're not equipped for this. Just because we have the vaccine doesn't mean we're ready to administer the vaccine. I want the vaccine. My wife wants the vaccine. And we're being told you guys are going to be waiting months and months. So that's the situation we're in. I'm glad to hear that you were able to get it, Rob. I hope that things work out. I know supposedly it's a 2-dose vaccine right now. I guess there's going to be ones that are only 1-dosers coming up. But if you got the 2-dose vaccine, I hope you can get your second dose right away. And I hope you get vaccinated. I hope you stay healthy, man. Okay. Mrs. Poindexter subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Mrs. Poindexter, for the sub. Will, son of Aragorn, tipped me $50 and says, I hope this helps with everything going on. Thank you, Will. You didn't have to do that. You've been a very huge supporter these past few days. And I don't expect that you're going to be here every day on stream to contribute like that, all right? I don't want you to feel pressured like that because, just because I need help doesn't mean it has to all be on you because you've been helping me tremendously the last many days, okay? So thank you, but please don't overstep your means on account of me, all right? Thank you, though. Very, 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 very much. Already up to $70 in tips on the stream. Let's see here. Snow Carl cheers. It sucks whenever you get through one crisis, another one appears. Hope everything works out and life goes back to normal. Is Kat enjoying the day shift? I wouldn't know. Today's her first day switching everything over. So obviously, I'd like to ask her when she gets home tonight. Chances are she's going to be like, I'm tired. I got 3 hours of sleep and then I had to work. So I don't even know. If anything, she might just be miserable no matter what because she got no sleep. I wouldn't be shocked. So, Bleach number 9 cheers. If you seem stressed these days, you need a special visit from Zanny Claus or Jolly Old Saint Brick. Don't be scared. It's just a pill. Oh, yeah. That's definitely what I need. I need to start popping pills, man. That's just the American solution to everything is when you're stressed out because of life, you get that pill bottle popping, bro. Hell yeah. Give me some Oxy. Get me some everything. Just start popping those pills. Sounds like a plan. No, I'm definitely not doing that. I'm definitely not doing that, especially because sadly there is a history of addiction and drug abuse in my family. So knowing that I've had several relatives who were affected by this, there is zero chance that I'm ever going to get myself onto stuff like that. In fact, the entire time that I had my back injury in a severe state, a severely herniated disc for several years there, I never took a painkiller. I refused because I was so afraid that I was going to be the next horror story of someone who starts off, with a little and then just keeps going too much and then dies from it. You know, how many people do you hear about this who get addicted to that shit and then their whole life's ruined? So, I never took any painkillers or nothing. I'm staying away from that kind of shit as much as I can. Anyway, thank you for the cheer. Frog in a party hat cheered. He says, "Is it okay to ask you about money now?" No. No. Shut up. Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man did a 250-bit cheer. He says, "I do think you're a genuinely funny person. I understand things suck. You have to adapt. But some of us have to work the night shift, the day shift, 12-hour shift, 6 days a week, and it sounds a little quaint." Listen, I'm just telling you my personal experience, and if you think that I'm some kind of a sissy, I mean, that's fine. That's up to you. That's up to you to take your personal life experience, all right? Well, I spelled your name wrong, by the way. How did I do that? Hurdy-Gurdy Man. Everyone has a different life experience. Everyone has different levels of stress. Everyone has different shit going on in their lives. I'm a streamer. I'm, in a situation that some stuff happened. I'm sure people want to hear about it. I tell you. If you think that I'm some kind of a sissy, I mean, go ahead and call me a sissy. I don't fucking care. What the fuck do I care? If you think I'm some kind of a wimp because I'm stressed out because of my life right now, go ahead and insult me. I can't stop you. That's what manly men do, is they insult other manly men who aren't as manly as them, right? They just stand around and say, "Ha ha, look at me. Look at how long my giant flagellating e-penis is because I'm tougher than you and my life's tougher than yours and I don't talk about it on a stream to hundreds of viewers," right? So if that's what you need to do, go ahead. I'm not going to sit here and say, don't do that. That's your prerogative as someone who obviously is much better than me and much stronger a person than me to go ahead and talk like that. Go ahead. Call me a sissy. I don't care. Go ahead. I can't go. Do it. Enjoy. And thanks for the cheer. You're the top cheer of the day. Manly man, you. Random Game Roulette did a 100-bit cheer. He says, "Hey, I went through bankruptcy 2 years ago. They took away my car and car payment. You're lucky to have been able to keep your car." Yes, when you go through bankruptcy, it's a very complicated situation. This is not something that's simple. What they do is they go through all of your financials and they determine what's going to be kept as a financial responsibility and what's not going to be kept because you can no longer maintain it. And the two things basically that I kept is this house and its mortgage and my car. That's it. Those are the two things that were kept. Everything else was relinquished because I couldn't, that was it. I said, there's no way I can ever make these payments or get out of this debt. So that's what happened. Now, the good news is, because I'm maintaining this mortgage and the car payment, I was actually told that as long as I don't fuck up and I pay these on time and everything, that my credit may actually come back sooner because I've showed that even though I had the bankruptcy, that I showed responsibility in continually paying the stuff that I agreed that I would keep paying. So with bankruptcy, typically it's like 10 years before you can get any kind of credit again. But I was told that if I keep up with my payments and I don't get into any other financial troubles like not paying stuff, that basically I can maybe get it back in like 7 or 8 years. So not that that's amazingly better, and not that I'm in any rush. I'm not in no rush to go out there and start fucking getting credit cards and shit. Trust me, it's the last thing I want to do, and hopefully I never do that. All right? But, the good news is, yeah, I was able to keep a few things. I mean, if I didn't have a car, I wouldn't be able to go anywhere. My wife wouldn't be able to go to work, so there was definitely justification there to keep certain things, This house is also my place of business. If I don't have this place to work, I can't earn money. Okay. Anyway, continuing on, an anonymous cheerer did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you to the anonymous cheerer. I appreciate that. Wilson of Aragorn tipped me another $4.20. He says, "I understand the struggle. At least kind of. I got out of the military a little bit ago. I'm trying to get used to changing everything about my daily life. A saying that I like to say is, this too shall pass." Yeah. And that's the thing in life, is even with all the challenges that come up and the stress that comes up, you're absolutely right. It doesn't last forever. And I know that now. I think some people get stuck in this the sky is falling kind of mindset. You think, "Oh my God, this is never, I can't stand it." Things change, things get better, you get used to stuff. You know what I mean? So I know it's not always going to be like this. So that's why I'm not freaking out. I just wanted to, share the story with you guys, but I'm not going to sit here and completely go crazy over shit, Total Score and Charity says, will you smoke weed with Jasper? Yes, absolutely. Smoke weed every day. I have so much disposable income. I can't afford to pay the basic bills I need to pay for the next week, but I got tons of disposable income to start dropping to buy weed now. That sounds like a good suggestion. Thanks very much. We are gonna fucking bake this bitch up and down and all the fuck around. We're baking this shit up tonight. It's gonna be a fucking hot box. Goddamn, we're doing it. Sounds good. Mrs. Poindexter cheered and says, have you ever tried using a budget app or something like that to track expenses to know how much money you have in the bank? Yeah, I mean, I have everything like that. The problem is, it's not normal expenses that are screwing me over. It's things that keep coming up out of nowhere, unexpected like, that I can't prepare for. Like, I couldn't prepare for a giant increase in my state tax payment in January because I never made the amount that I had made, and I didn't know what it would have been until you do the calculations with their software and shit to figure out what you owe. You have no idea what it's going to be. I had no idea that I was going to have these expenses that have popped up in the last week and a half for me, and then I was going to get hit with a fucking fee that I don't feel I'm legally responsible for, but it seems like I am. I'm being forced into it. You know, it's things that come up that's what I mean. When you have credit and things come out of the blue, all right, you can handle it because you have things to fall back on, credit cards, etc. When you don't have credit, life becomes a lot more challenging because now, oh my God, something came up. I have nothing to fall back on. So all that money I was raising to go to the cause that was important, paying my tax, gone. And then I like, oh my God, it cost that much? Damn, well, I got to pay it. You know, and then you pay it and you're like, well, now I got no money. You know, that's life. That's life. Frog in a Party Hat cheered. It says, have you ever considered smoking weed before bed? I find a small amount helps put me into the right state of mind. The next morning when I wake up, I feel so well rested and ready to go for the day ahead. I do not, first of all, there's two things. Number one, I don't like smoking at all. Putting smoke into my lungs is a no-no, okay? I absolutely hate smoking. You know, I grew up in a household where my mom was basically hardcore smoking my whole life, and it kind of screwed me up. Even though my mom wouldn't like to admit it, my lungs are weak. Like, I have some issues with certain things with my lungs because I grew up in a house with cigarette smoke in my lungs my whole life. I've noticed that sometimes I do get short of breath for no reason. If it's cold outside, I can barely breathe sometimes. If there's like a really cold wind, like I have issues with my lungs, and I would not want to smoke. Let's put it that way. I would not want to smoke at all. It would put me at high risk probably for lung cancer and stuff like that. That would be incredibly bad. So that's number one. I just don't want to smoke, wouldn't smoke regardless. But on top of that, no, I don't want to do drugs. I literally just said, no, I'm not going to pop Xanax. I'm not going to take Oxy. I'm not going to take all these drugs. No, I'm not going to also take weed. Like, no. No. Okay. Lunaba has gifted a sub to I Am Razor. Congratulations, I Am Razor, and thank you, Lunaba, for the channel support. Cockatoo Boy 101 has subscribed for 3 months. Thank you, Cockatoo Boy, for the 3-month resub. And Chipe just resub for 28 months. And then said, what the hell? I think maybe he tripped and hit his keyboard or something. Alrighty then. Thank you for the resub, Chipe. I hope you're alright. I hope everything's okay over there. Okay. Wow. Okay. Continuing on. Boy, it's a good thing that I'm just doing shoutouts, because if I talked about anything else, I would have never got through pre-stream. We got a lot of shoutouts to do here. I'm actually way behind. I'm trying to get through them. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so NDO103 tipped me, and first of all, before I reveal how much they tipped me, they wanted to test and see if they are verified now in PayPal. NDO103, the answer is absolutely, positively, yes, you are. You're verified. Yes, you are verified. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. You are verified in PayPal. Also, he tipped me, well, I assumed gender. I fucked up. NDO103 tipped me $35.30. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we've hit the tips goal for today already. So, what's that? 35 plus 74. I got to do math now, and it's too early, and it's $109, I think. If I'm off, please yell at me and say that I'm stupid. Because it's, you know, I've already got, like, no sleep. But I think we've done it. So, we haven't even started yet. Tips goal achieved, and I appreciate that, guys. So, that's one down. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 to go. Alrighty, then. Thank you very much. NDO, I appreciate that, man. And thank you for verifying as well. Okay. Awesome. So, let's do a poll to determine what vest I will be wearing. And the platinum vest is ineligible. Blue, beige, gray, camo, red are the 5 vests that are eligible for today. And remember, if we double the tips goal today, I'll wear 2 vests at once like a fool, a lunatic. And if we triple the tips goal, I'll show you a pair of jeans. The stupidest thing ever. Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man cheers. If you drop a ball of steel and you drop a ball of feathers, what hits the floor first? Checkmate. A ball of steel and a ball of feathers, the steel would hit the ground first. The feathers actually would fall at a decreased rate, I believe, because they would conduct air. Like, air would pass through the feathers, and therefore it would be slower to hit the ground, while the steel is denser and would fall at a much more accelerated rate and would hit the ground first. So, there's your second answer. Thank you very much, Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man, for the cheer and the brain teaser. Okay. Ninstar Rune did a 51-bit cheer. He says, rest in peace to Benny Harvey. Miss you, man. I don't know who that is, but okay. Thank you for the cheer. And rest in peace, whoever that is, I guess. CM Fool is here today. He took me $4.20 and says, make sure you create a character, and at all costs, do not pick Beast. He's too difficult for beginners. So make a dedicated healer instead. There you go. Thanks for the very pertinent, timed advice. Mr. CM Fool, it's good to see you today, by the way. Jasper is now going inside the closet, which is perfectly fine. I like it when he goes to the closet. He likes to investigate in there and hang out. Super Sly Gaming just cheers. What's your favorite vaccine? I like the polio one. Oh, for me, it's got to be measles. I got a measles vaccine when I was a kid. I remember it was a giant-ass shot, and it hurt like fucking shit. Like, it really hurt. It was sore for days. Toxic Text cheered. He says, how many old man naps do you think Joe Biden takes in the Oval Office chair? Actually, I think what it is Joe Biden has actually found a way to nap with his eyes open. So he's actually napping most of the time. And then when he goes to speak, he wakes out of the nap. But that's why he has so many, like, faux pas when he talks. Is because he's just awakening. And so it's, like, it's hard for him to, you know. I'm just kidding, by the way. I don't dislike President Joe Biden. I'm just making a joke, being silly. Okay, I don't dislike him at all. So please don't take it that way, that I'm some kind of a jerk who hates President Joe Biden. That's not the case at all. I'm just being very silly here. Okay. Yes, the Sleepy Joe, the stupid meme. Okay. CM Fool has tipped me $4. Oh, Jasper, no. No. Buddy, you cannot chew the wire. Already he's starting. Buddy, Jasper, listen to me. Jasper Kitty. You can't do this. I'm going to get the twisty. He just started biting a wire. That's bad. Jasper Kitty, here you go. You want to get something, get this twisty. Ready? Go get the twisty. There you go. See, I'm glad I had it. Man, am I glad I brought that in here. Because now if he starts to go for a wire, I could toss that twisty. And now he'll go play with that for a while. Oh, that was a close one. He almost bit the wire like when I wasn't looking. Phew. Okay, anyway. So CM Fool took me $4.20 and he says, talk to the old wise turtle. You have the ability to talk to animals. He and 2 minions are not hostile to you. He'll give you healing spells as crest rewards. Oops. Oh well. They're dead now. I wonder if that's true. I wonder if that turtle would have talked to me. But I could have sworn they aggroed. Like when I walked in there, I could have sworn that they aggroed to me. I didn't do anything. They attacked me, right? Anyway, I killed them already, so. Jasper, where'd you put the twisty? You just had it. What'd you do with it already? How do you... He does this all the time. He's playing with a toy. Within minutes, it's gone. Where did it go? Is it in the hallway? Because I don't want you to chew that. No, I said no chewing the wire. Where'd you put the twisty? Here it is. It's right here. Jasper, come over here. Come here, ready? Go get the twisty. There he goes. I don't want him to come in here and chew the wire again, so he left it in the hallway. I tossed it into the hallway for him to stalk. He's hunting instincts. Okay. Total score and cheers. Yesterday on the Y7 chill stream, Yakuza 7, he said, when you talked about Street Fighter's downfall, I had a great idea. Why don't Sega make a Yakuza fighting game? All the characters in the series have different styles, combos to do dynamic heat actions. Would that be pretty cool? Yes. Now, would it go mainstream? I don't know. I think fans of Yakuza would play it, but I don't know if it's something like that would go crazy mainstream as a fighter. I guess it would have to be based on how robust the game is, right? It's a good idea, though. I definitely think that could do something, at least. Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man did 100-bit cheer. He says, quaint doesn't mean sissy. It means alien, different, or strange. I don't even know what you're talking about now. Quaint? Anyway, I'm a sissy according to you. I know that's what you were trying to say. You're trying to say that I'm a wimp because, you know, I talked on this pre-stream about my personal life today and saying, wow, Phil, you faced a little bit of hardship not getting a lot of sleep last night. You are a complete wimpy, sissy, weakling. That's what you were trying to say, and I get it. All right, Snow Carl cheers to shout out to King Gokin for trying to moderate chat today all alone when it's out of control. I also agree. Thank you, King Gokin, for the moderation this morning. I appreciate it. CM Fool tipped me $4.20. He says, go to the dungeon and pass the speech check. Even with a crazy lizard, if you need to save and reload, it's usually key to the main door. Otherwise, you have to fight the Hound Master. A speech check with a crazy lizard? I thought I did pass the speech check with a crazy with a lizard. I thought I did. Well, anyway, I don't know, but yeah, it would be nice to leave the main door and not have to fight the Hound Master. Truth be told, though, I'm glad that I went back to the main camp and I'm doing stuff again because it looks like there's a lot of stuff that I had missed, and I obviously want to do all this stuff and get levels and also equipment and stuff. So, thank you, CM Fool, for another tip. Open World RPGs cheered and said, I love the Divinity 2 playthrough. I hope it's going to be a full playthrough. I know that it's a massive learning curve. It's just started on PS5 too. Yes, you know. Oh, I just started it on PS5 too. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. But I guess we'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely going to try to play a full playthrough of it. I don't see what, I think I should be able to. Spawn Killer gifted a subscription to Hey There Babe. Congratulations to Hey There Babe, and thank you, Spawn Killer, for the channel support. I appreciate that. Let's see here. So I got a tip, but it's from someone who I'm not familiar with, so I just want to take a quick look at it. While I'm loading that, Jay Hawkwood cheers says, is there any way to tip but ensure that the money only goes to Jasper? I'll have to have Jasper set up his own situation for that. So here's the thing. I got a tip, but this tip is unverified. So, Alfredo, I thank you very much for the tip. However, I'm only accepting verified tips. What that means is that you have to verify your PayPal account to make sure that you have, basically to make sure that you're real. Because sadly, there's people out there who will tip me with falsified information, and then they'll charge back, and it screws me over completely. So I can't accept this tip, only because there's potential for a chargeback and potential for a lot of issues for me. So I'm going to refund this to you now, Alfredo. Now, if you can find a way to verify your PayPal account, I think one of the ways is to link your bank account. But if you could do that and you want to tip again, then please, by all means, do. But I do have to decline this tip because it's too much of a risk, okay? All right. Steven Seagull just cheered. He says, please dislike him. He's absolutely mental. Okay. I have no idea what he's talking about, but thank you, Steven Seagull. Angelo Bestia cheered and said, Biden speaks like that because he has a speech impediment, FYI. Oh, does he? I did not know that he had a speech impediment. Most of the time, you can't tell. If that's the case, he does a really good job of hiding it. Angelo Bestia cheered again and said, shout out to Internal Napalm for timing me out. Never change, buddy. All right, there you go. Timbo Slice is here, and he's cheered. He said, this is a perfect DSP Tries It product. Pringles' latest flavor is based on the Moa Burger from Planet Reach. Huh? He says, if you're not familiar with that particular planet or flavor, it may be because it's based on a flightless bird delicacy from 2010's Halo Reach. Oh. So a burger from a video game. And so the chip is based on the flavor of a burger from a video game that doesn't exist. So how would they know what it tastes like? They just made anything then, right? it could taste like butt. And you wouldn't know. Maybe the Moa burger tastes like a butt. You know, like... Okay, then. Also, I gotta ask this. Who the hell is still talking about Halo Reach? Right? Who is talking about Halo Reach these days? A little late to that bandwagon, I feel. Okay, then. Steven Seagull cheers says, I'm finally a part of the verified club. Get verified, bitches. Pants down and all. Pants down. I can tell you this. When you verify your account on PayPal, it does not require you to take your pants off. To my knowledge, at least. I haven't heard that anyone had to actually declothe to get verified on PayPal. If that was the case, I probably would not ask you guys to do it. That's kind of violating your personal space. But outside of that, you know. What on earth? Timbo Slice cheered. He said it's a partnership between Microsoft and Pringles. They're starting to market push new Halo, and it's only at Walmart. How exactly does that push the new Halo if it's Halo Reach from 10 years ago? I'm very confused. Who even remembers Halo Reach in the modern... Like, that's a whole generation ago of gaming. That is a very odd marketing ploy there, in my opinion. Technical 2070 just tipped me $5. Thank you so much, Technical. He says, you're my hero. I'm playing GTA 4 right now, and I watch your videos while I play the game, so I get the commentary. The game is hilarious. Keep up the great work. Stay positive. Great things are in the future. Thank you very much to Technical for the $5 tip. I appreciate that. And then Luke Costa, to me, $1.41, saying, I'm paying my UK taxes to you. Enjoy. Well, this is not a tax. This is a tip. A little different. But I thank you for the tip. Add that to the running total for today. Thank you. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for shoutouts for those who contributed via cheering so far this week. Thank you to the top 10 cheers of the week. We have a tie for 9th place between Awesomeness, Kaboom, and Cyber Shadow. In 8th place, it's Ninstar Rune. A tie for 5th place between Mr. Minecraftish 1, Major Riot, and Timbo Slice. 4th place is Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man. 3rd place is Will, Son of Aragorn. 2nd place is Dark Maggot. And 1st place is Sambuca 2020. Thank you guys very much so far this week. And also, thank you to those who've gifted subscriptions this week. Holy crap, there's been a lot of gifted subs so far. Including Chipe, Safarel, Jackalese, Who's Yuri, and 672, who all gifted a single sub. We've got Joyful Oblivion and Deadly Feet, who each gifted 2 subscriptions. We've got Spawn Killer, who gifted 4 subscriptions. Motherfucker Jones dropped a 10 sub bomb the other day, and Wilson of Aragorn did a 22 sub gift the other day. So, very nice. Jasper, now come on. I just told you 3 times, do not bite the wire. I gave you the twisty to play with. Please stop. Okay? If you do that again, you're going to be in trouble. I don't want you to have to leave the office, buddy. I like you in here. I like you hanging out with me. We haven't even started the game yet. Alright? Please behave. Here, I'll get the twisty again. Please behave, buddy. Please be a good kitty. Here you go. Play with this. He loves the twisty. Ready? Go get it. He didn't go. Why didn't you go for it? What are you doing? Why didn't you go for the twisty? Now he wants to bite me. But when he wants to play bite. No, don't bite me. Anyway. Alberto Ponte just tipped me $1.30. Says, am I getting his tips? Yes. Let me double check this. Let me check PayPal and everything. But this one seemed to come through. Let's see. Oh, Alfred, your tips are showing as unverified too. Yeah, Alfred, your tips are showing as unverified. I don't know why. Usually I trust you because you're a long-time supporter. You've been in this chat for a long time. But your tips are showing as unverified, so that might be what's going on, dude. So, if you can find a way to verify your account, please do. Because it's a big risk for me to take on these tips. But the thing is, I give you the benefit of the doubt because you've been around for a long time and you never, don't charge back or nothing. So, that's what it is. All right. Wilson of Aragorn just cheered. He says, kind of random. Do you think the first-person element in the last few Rockstar games was a good choice or awkward? The other guy mentioned GTA 4, so it got me thinking. First-person element? Well, if you mean the ability to play it in first person, I think it's interesting. GTA 5 can be played entirely in first person if you get it on PS4. I tried to do that, and I played it for about maybe a third of the game. like that, and I liked it, but people got bored of it. I guess what it is I tried to play it the year after the game had come out, so it was really quickly after I just done my first playthrough, and so people were kind of like, it's too early. All right. I definitely think the first-person mode makes it feel different. Even though it's the same game, it does make it feel a lot different, especially when you're shooting and stuff, you know? I like the fact that you can play it different ways, if you so choose. It's definitely it adds variety to the game, so. Timbo Slice Cheese, have you ever used a bidet? I just had one installed in my apartment. It's amazing. No more nasty, stinky toilet paper hands. No, I've never used a bidet ever. One day I would like to. It sounds like a good idea. But no, Jasper, come on. Hey, I said no with that wire. I've done everything nice to you. I'm trying to get you to play with the twisty and everything. Leave the wire alone. Don't even think about it. Okay? Don't even think about it. Jeez. The twisty is right there in the hallway. Yikes. Okay. No, never used a bidet. One day I would like to. Jasper, you must resist. Resist the temptation to bite that wire. You hear me? Resist. Must be a disciplined kitty. A cat of discipline. Kitty boot camp. You're going to kitty boot camp. You stop that right now. Oh, he's jumping and grabbing my arm. Jumping, the old jump and grab. I don't want to make you leave the office, buddy. I want you to... Oh, he's doing it again. Jasper, come on. You know better. I'm going to get the twisty, and you better play with it. You know better. Ready? Ready? Come on. He didn't go for it. God damn it. Oh. Now he went for it. Oh, okay. Mrs. Poindexter did a 1,000-bit cheer. That's the biggest cheer of the day. And said, massive shout out to the extremely beautiful Derek. They call me Jim Bob. Hey there, babe. Equilibrium and Anonymous for keeping streams chill, entertaining, and very interesting. All right. Thank you for the biggest cheer of the day there, Mrs. Poindexter. That is how many? 1,000 bits. Thank you. Steven Siegel cheers. Says, how does one become a film moderator, a fillerator? Serious question. Well, several things. Number one, likely you have to be a long-time viewer, because if you're here for a long time, you contribute positively to the stream chat, and you prove that you're not someone who's going to cause trouble, obviously you'd be more trustworthy than someone who just swung by for a couple weeks or a month, and now all of a sudden, I want to be a moderator. It's like, well, I don't know about that. I don't know if, I know too much about you yet. Basically what people do, they email me, and they send me their qualifications here. Have you ever moderated before? When's your availability? Yada, yada, yada. We talk back and forth, usually via email, and then we determine whether or not it's someone who we want to make like a trial mod. Recently, I haven't made anyone a mod. Reason being because trolls have been fucking assholes. They've been harassing people around here, and to the point where, like, I don't think that it would make sense to bring in a new mod just to get them harassed constantly. So we've just been making do with what we have. I mean, at one point I might have to recruit some more moderators. For now, I think we're all right. But we'll see how the year goes. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Finally, pre-stream is ended. I know that was very lengthy. I had stuff to talk about, and you guys kept asking me questions. I appreciate that interaction. Let's take a break. I got to use the restroom. All right, when I come back, it'll be the continuation of Divinity 2 here on stream. I hope that you guys will stick around and join me for the fun. Oh, it should be a good time. Sorry, I'm yawning. It should be a good time, and I hope that you guys will, help me to understand the systems even further and find all the stuff I haven't found yet. And it should be a good stream. All right? Thank you guys very much. I will see you after a brief break. Thank you.